Cassie was Diddy's girlfriend for over 10 years. When she came forward with horrific allegations against the rapper Mogul, he settled with her immediately. Well, not only is she not staying silent, she's cooperating with the feds, and she's not the only one. Diddygate continues here on Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and we have an update regarding Cassie. This is wild. I mean, I'm not surprised at all by this. In fact, I think this was always the plan, but let's go through what we're hearing today, which is the fact that, yes, TMZ is confirming through their sources, Cassie is cooperating with the feds. Others are talking as well. Sources with direct knowledge tell us Cassie is among the witnesses the feds have been in contact with in connection with Diddy in the investigation. We're told she's been working with investigators for several weeks, presumably even before Diddy's homes were raided. It's not only that she's cooperating, others are as well, the ones who've sued him. Given the timing, Cassie may have helped the feds establish probable cause to get a judge to sign off on the search warrants. Other women, we're told, have also been in contact with federal investigation. I wonder if others who haven't actually made any civil cases or anything yet decided to come forward because Cassie did. Would not be surprised if there are other witnesses out there who are going to come forward or be anonymous in the beginning that have helped the feds get to this point. Now, obviously, they don't know what Cassie told the feds, but they assume it mirrors the lawsuit, which we're going to go through those allegations in a second. But she also alleged that he was engaging in trafficking. Diddy has denied the claim, but he settled a day after. That's what I want to focus on because they were together. I guess it was about 10 years, right about there. And he settled with her immediately, guys. Immediately. Now, all of this comes together and makes me think, why would you do that? If she's lying, why would you let that be the narrative that I'm just, yep. Not only did he settle with her, allegedly, Cassie's lawyers say they tried to buy her out before the lawsuit was even presented. Before she made the threat, they tried to pay her 8 figures, is what they say. And it's interesting because she filed it anyway. She filed it for a day. Diddy made another offer. She took it and was out. It really does feel like it was all intentional. She wanted those allegations out there in the public. The feds probably wanted those allegations out in the public because it allowed others to sort of come forward. But then Cassie didn't really need to be involved in any of this because she got to sort of get the big payout, which if this is true, good for her. Diddy paid it immediately, which is pretty telling. She gets that big payout. She doesn't have to be involved in a long civil case. And now she can be out there and hopefully get others to speak up, which she's saying is the case. She feels like she isn't alone, is the latest statement. Now, what's very interesting about this statement is she's not allowed to talk, right? She can't talk. I'm sure she signed a contract and a deal when she took that deal that she can't go publicly talk about it. Doesn't mean she can't talk to the feds. That would be illegal. NDAs can't stop you from helping in legal disputes, criminal disputes. So what's very interesting about this case, and I believe this source more than not, because what a clever way to speak through sources, through the press, to continue to hammer Sean Diddy Combs while also being able to take your settlement, your deal, and walk away. Because let's be honest, if this is true, what these allegations are against Diddy, and they seem pretty credible, guys, if they are in fact true and he wanted them gone and that's why he settled, she doesn't want some just civil lawsuit. Sure, the money is one thing, but I'm sure she wants him behind bars. So again, the fact that he settled with her so fast, the statements, even when that happened, they reached a deal to their mutual satisfaction. In a statement, Cassie, I decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, friends, and lawyers for their unwavering support. She's not taking anything back. She's not saying it was not true. Combs says, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. Notice, no, I didn't do it. She's not admitting it. This was a complete, we agree to say nothing. And I'm sure she agreed to not say anything else either for that amount of money. But again, smart move on Cassie's part, because I'm sure she doesn't want to go out there and do a bunch of interviews crapping on her ex. I'm sure she wanted the money and she wants him in jail. And she's allowed to talk to the feds. No NDA is going to keep her from doing that. Obviously, Combs' attorney then, before this all happened, vehemently denies the allegations is what he's trying to play it as. But in the quotes from the settlement, you'll notice no denials. no denials. That's I don't know. That's very telling. Why would you settle this if she's lying and then not even out of the settlement get an admission that I didn't do these things? It's very, he moved very fast. And the fact that she put this out there to me was a calling card in a way of anybody else have issues, come forward. And yes, I think she was working with the feds pretty early on. So it's very interesting. So what is this new statement she's saying? She feels like she isn't alone as the accusations continue to surface. I'm going to go through the full statement in a second, but I want to revisit what was actually alleged by Cassie in that lawsuit. And I had to sort of make a more YouTube friendly version of it because of keywords. Apologies, but you can see them here as we go through them. She filed a lawsuit against Diddy in November. She sued under the New York Adult Survivors Act. The lawsuit states she met Diddy in 2005 when she was 19. He was 37. She claims Diddy controlled nearly every aspect of her life and career. Now, keep in mind, this is the safe version, a lot more harsher language. She states he had even access to her personal medical records. He was frequently violent. He was physically nasty to her multiple times a year. Take that what you mean. Extreme version of it. Often piled her with copious amounts of illicit substances. Diddy forced her to have intimate relations physically with male intimate workers in different cities. Claims he watched, enjoyed it personally, intimately, physically himself, and then also recorded it as it was happening. 2018, after dinner, Diddy apparently forced himself into her apartment and was physically intimate with her without her permission. Take that as you will. I can't use some of these keywords. Apologies. YouTube, then it's frustrating. But yes, the R word. During this, she repeatedly told him no, tried to push him away. She claims witnesses saw the mistreatment she experienced at the hands of Diddy. She named friend, singer, songwriter Tiffany Red as one of those witnesses. Tiffany Red described an incident on Cassie's 29th birthday. Tiffany states Diddy and his security team forced Cassie to leave because he wanted her to have intimate encounters with other men. Tiffany also states that Cassie told her at the time that Diddy was physically nasty to her. Cassie states she never went to the police during any of these incidents because she was afraid it would incite Diddy to even be more nasty to her. Read between the lines of what that means. So these are some serious allegations with witnesses, she's saying. And again, apparently he offered to pay her 8 figures before it was even filed, so it wasn't out there. She said no. Again, why do you think she said no? Because I think she wanted the lawsuit out in the public. And then you can see she took the deal immediately after to take herself out of it, but to leave the allegations out there to simmer, to let others see it, to hopefully spark others to come forward. I really think that's what's happening here. The feds were working. I think Sean Diddy Combs has had, I think there's more people who will come and allege some of this behavior at these parties. The problem we're learning, I think, is so many other people are complicit. It's why a lot of his celebrity friends aren't coming forward during this. I'm sure they're scared as hell, being that they were at some of those parties, and probably some things were at those parties that shouldn't have been, if we're keeping it honest, right? So that's where this whole thing gets interesting. But yes, Cassie is now still speaking out, it seems, through sources. She's been silent for almost 2 decades and feels relieved that she was able to stand up for herself and that more is coming to light. It took a very long time for her to muster up the courage to speak out, but this has been in the works for years. Cassie has seen the worst of Diddy, and he has put her through the most traumatic abuse. She isn't able to speak about the things she's seen during the relationship, but it was very dark. So look, I think this is telling. Cassie feels, the insider says, that a huge weight has been lifted off her shoulders. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's putting this all out there because she wants others to come forward. She says she's been in therapy for many years and that being a mother of 2 motivated her to speak out. Cassie has 2 daughters. And yeah, that is very telling that this is what finally made her speak out. She's speaking out smartly. She let that lawsuit come forward. And then she's now engaging with the feds. If she's doing this after lying, I don't know, guys. Why did he pay her so fast? You'd think there'd be a little bit of a delay before you just do it. And why was he offering to pay her before it came forward? These allegations of Cassie's is what triggered all of this. No doubt. So if Sean P. Diddy Combs is really innocent, I'm going to clear my name, none of this happened, I'm sorry, I have trouble buying it. You're hiding something if you settle it that fast, in my opinion. this is too big an allegation to suddenly be like, yep, no, I'm just going to pay to go it away. That seems to be what he does, is just to pay to get it to go away. So Cassie's not letting that happen. And I don't know if Cassie actually is the source here. Could be a friend of Cassie's who's the source. All I know is I'm sure she isn't allowed to talk. But if we see these sources come in of how Cassie feels, it sure is a clever way to get the thought and the words out there for others to come forward to talk to Cassie, to talk to the feds. And I can't imagine that's not happening through a lot of people who are trying to figure out right now, should I go forward and say it now? Should I wait till there are charges? Should I see if they're coming to me? Hollywood has to be sweating. And as we've been posting and showing you guys, celebrities like Ashton Kutcher admitting there's a lot I can't tell you. What does that tell you? It tells you that more is coming. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for alerts. Smash that like button and leave a comment down below. Also, I want you to check out Popcorn Palace, where we do our royalty coverage. We got Lady C doing an exclusive interview, and oh my goodness, does she drop a lot of exclusives. You're not going to miss it over there. Check it out. I'll put the Popcorn Palace logo there in the video. Hope you'll see that, and join us later today live as we do more on Diddygate and more pop culture stories. We'll see you there, live at 3 p.m. Eastern.